Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Inkbound. In the last episode we did a giant magma miner run, which was great, but it did take a full hour, so we're going to be splitting things up a little bit. We'll do one section and the stuff at the Athenium at the start here. Now before we get into it, I wanted to go into the logbook just to say with Birdie on Fire, which is the story we're working on, we don't need to go in as the magma miner anymore. So with us potentially unlocking the other aspects, we're going to be able to try one of them out. We've also completed the menagerie. Defeat them all if your surprises comes in pairs, I suppose. So that gives an ink tap as an option. Over and over and over again. You see, the Inkbound has informed me they're finalising a plan. A plan that, while in the final stages of its preparation, requires your continued victory over these villains to defeat the Unbound. Okay. So we've now got to do 5. These temporary triumphs may seem fruitless, but trust in the Inkbound that the ink recovered from these fallen foes goes directly towards the survival of the Athenium. Okay. Over here. You sure you should be messing around with an aspect like the Chainbreaker, Needless? That thing is just a sad beginning to a sordid past kept by a sorry band of outcasts. Well, it's yours now, for better or worse, and no point in leaving the Chainbreaker to collect dust when it could be out doing what it was intended to do. So this is giving us the Chainbreaker as a new aspect.
Well, that's an aspect I hadn't figured to see again.
We've also got the Clairvoyant.
She left here in a huff, so I figured she'd have hidden her aspect deep in the sea somewhere. Well, her loss is your gain.
So let's have a look and see what they are about. So the Clairvoyant, oh my god, it looks so foolish with my goober head. Channel your energy through your shard globe and create auras affecting nearby enemies and allies. Interesting. So generate psionic charges and power your auras. After reaching 3 stacks, gain full charge, amplifying your bindings and auras. Starts with a hazard aura. Turn end, deal 25 magic damage to enemies in the area. That's pretty cool. Oh, right. So we move the shard globe. And it generates like pulses and stuff. Oh, we're going to have to try this out. We are definitely going to have to try the Clairvoyant out. That might actually be all we have to do in this area. I wonder what full charge actually does. We'll have to wait until we have it before we get to see. Now, in terms of the trinket that we're going to play with, last time we played with the Stone of Scholars. This time we could do the Heart of a Hero. Let's just double check what we've done in the past. It's going to be on the victory board. Okay, so we've done Marker of the Unbound, we've done Blessing of Quills, we've done the Zephyrin. Oh, actually, yeah, sorry. So Heart of a Hero, Emblem of Enterprise, Talons of Sin. These are the ones that we care about. Okay, let's go for the Heart of a Hero, just because it seems to be the first one. After defeating a Guardian, increase 3 random sets by 1. And we will hop straight in on another quick run. Now, it'd be good if we can get to the Silent Promenade again, because we do still have a bunch of breakables to do there. But obviously, we'll see what the game gives us.
Just you, Needless. Oh, hello there, Needless. Glad to see it's just you. Is it me, or has this, tactical training made you move around even more quietly than before?
I'm just generally pretty quiet.
Never was much of a combat-oriented binder myself. Preferred to work on bindings that made new life rather than take it away. Though I suppose such are the times we're in. Still, assuming your quill has had the power to keep them up, those bindings of yours are incredibly powerful tools. Made these entire worlds, in fact.
Interesting.
Well, more or less.
More or less indeed. Okay. Silent Promenade, that's where we need to go. Now we have plenty of active quests, we're just trying to focus on the ones regarding that Birdie on Fire story. So we can augment a binding. Increase the range of the pulse. It seems like it's going to be smart because that's our primary damage dealing thing. Charge telekinesis would just allow us to hit full charge every 3 turns. So the spirit bomb is really what ends up exploding. I see, your aura's 100% stronger, your clairvoyant bindings deal amplified damage. Let's get the extended pulse until we learn a bit more about how it works. Don't like any of these. I mean, they're all fine. They're just not amazing. Future Willer could be good. On your first turn, gain 2 will. It's a bit of a slow start, but let's go for the 2 tarnished vaults. Start getting some vestiges. There's a couple more destructibles for us. Okay, so this hazard aura is based on where it is. So we can make it pulse, we can move it. At the moment it can hit all of them, so let's just pulse where it is. We can't do that again unless we pick up that. But we could Spirit Bomb to kill most of these things. And then we could kind of move it through us up here. And if we come and grab that, we can kind of stay out the area and get its pulse again, which gives us another psionic charge. And then we could... Oh, it just needs to be a little bit close to us to give us the shield. Alright. So if it goes here, is that gonna... It is gonna injure that, and we've got enough shields that we're not gonna take any damage. Okay. Pulse. That should take us to full charge. Oh, look at it. I like it. It's going to take a moment to get used to, but I like it. Verdant Seed, constant healing, and more max hit points. I think that's going to be very handy to get early. Future Willer would allow us to do even more on the first turn. But Ink Flat will allow us to Spirit Bomb every turn. So let's get that. Okay, drafting a binding. Invigorate allows us to choose when we're going to proper nuke. Let's re-roll these, see if we can get something that's going to fit in with the auras. Not really keen on any of these. Restoration's a bit interesting for the whole healing aspect, but we do have Verdant Seed at the moment. Jinx! Jinx is alright. Okay, Binding Empowerment's just not bad. Or we push for the Story Rift. Wonder how you would change the Hazard Aura. It's probably going to be a specific upgrade that you can get. You know what? Let's go for the Story Rift. Within the breach, you see the fabled Mirror of Glamours, said to grant the viewer whatever it wants most. But this mirror has led to the happiness of few and the demise of many. For whatever you are given that you want, you are also given a gift much darker. Still, you peer into the mirror and gaze at your reflection. What is it that you desire? Maximum crit? Or we push for magic, and I think magic is really where things are at because we do a lot of magic related augments, so we're going to get a greater chance for magic stuff. Tarnished Vault and Superior Vault, that is where the action's at. Do a little bit of fishing. +1 wheel reserve is definitely going to be welcome. No more breakables that I can see over here, so let's just kick in with this one. We're going to try and not hit the treasure pot again. I don't know exactly how well that's going to work, but starting off with a decent Jinx is quite nice, actually. Or these have only got 90 health. So we could hit them. Which gives us Dread. Which means that is going to do even more damage. We could get the pulse off. Now we can kill him. And we're going to want to get out of this area, but let's move the Shard Globe to there. Actually, we can bring it back. Get a little bit of shield. Grab that. Oh, don't want a Psychic Pulse. Let's move it back in. Get out of the danger zone. I mean, I do want Psychic Pulse, but I don't want to hurt the damn treasure pot. And it's getting in the most annoying places. Pull it down to here. Get a bomb off on these. That's giving us at least a stack of Dread. It's a bit too close to you. Maybe I could bounce that way. If I move to the other side of it, then it will go through me. Right, let's go to here. And then we'll step out of the area. So we've got a little bit of shield. We're going to take a bit of damage. Treasure pot's gone. Good. Okay, you're in a pretty good place. We could do better. So I'm going to move to this side of it. So we telekinesis move it through us. That gives us a shield. Then we'll do Spirit Bomb, which gives us a whole bunch of Jinx stacks. Hit you both. I move up here. Grab this. I've done this slightly wrong. So we're going to take damage, which is a shame because I've messed up the positioning. But that's okay. It's all about learning. So hit you with that, hit you with the big one, and then telekinesis through to finish him off. We didn't take much damage, but any damage is worse than none. Cheese cards for the Quillings. 1 stack of Frostbite to all enemies. Frostbite's alright. Let's re-roll these. We're not doing enough Dawn and Dusk to well, actually no, that's... Yeah, we're not mixed up enough. Parsimonious Power Source. Permanently +1 will as long as we don't gain Omni damage. Which seems fine. Let's try it. Gossamer Dream. I think I prefer the stacks of Blur though. Okay, what have we got down here? Drafting a Binding. After Image would help lean into the crit, and we could, yeah, it's not a bad plan. I would like it to be cheaper. But let's take it. Let's take it and make it work. Okay, another rift in the story. Vestigial Shrine to destroy something and gain double sets. Expert Binder's an interesting set. We are pretty full on these. Pushing Ambusher up to 2 wouldn't really help much. An Expert Binder, we would need at least 1 more to make that worthwhile. However, pushing Starwalker and Inventor up through this does make a lot of sense. So let's do that. On first turn of combat, inflict shock to a random enemy. And bindings that don't deal damage have -1 base cooldown. So that means after Image is going to be better. Tarnished Vault and an uncommon augment. Let's keep making things better. That's more breakables. What's this? Potion of Power. Got to be in combat to use it. Okay, we need to be hit by the burrower 3 times, I think. Let's double check. Take a hit from a burrower in single combat times 3. So we want to not kill the burrower, which is annoying, but it's going to be fine. So we'll do a blur. We'll get a spirit bomb, which will hurt it a little bit, but that's fine. It's got damage resist while it's burrowed. Let's run this thing through us a couple of times. Get some more shield. And then we'll step out of the area. Oh, we need to get hit by the burrower. There we go, that's fine. That's 1. 2 more hits will do. There is another burrower, so potentially both of them could do nicely. Now, if this comes in, ooh, options, right? So we move you up to those. Oh, it's a bit too far. Back down a teeny bit. Spirit Bomb. It gives us stacks of Jinx. After Image is nice, helps reduce our damage. But we are still going to take some. Let's have some shield. That's the second burrower hit. Okay, I think we can go to town now. So we're going to move ourselves across a little. We're going to move you up to here. Get Spirit Bomb. You're attacking directly, so we'll ignore you for the moment. Let's get a Jinx on these 2. Get them both killed. And we can come over here and get out of some of the damage. 3 looks to be the least that we can get it down to. I thought that we had slightly more leeway on some of these points. Okay, we've got to come in regardless of what we do. After Image, that's going to make Spirit Bomb better. Let's get a Psychic Pulse off. We'll get this. We'll get a Psychic Pulse. And then we'll get a big ass Spirit Bomb. We are going to take a bit of damage, but we have been actively trying to do the nasty on these things. And it is gone. Okay, so in terms of our quests for this area, we just need destructibles. That's all we need. Ooh. I like that. I like it more on the telekinesis than on the spirit bomb, because I want the spirit bomb to be doing something super, super nasty. So let's get charging telekinesis. Ooh, it's kind of cool. But the pile of tiles on using a binding deal 50 physical damage to the nearest enemy. We're always using bindings. This is just always damage going out. So I will have that one. Thank you very much. Okay. I don't know if we need to go and talk to Ohm, but there's likely to be destructibles near him. No destructibles, just a free vestige. Yeah, let's get the sea trickle. On defeating an enemy, chance to gain some will. We've got lots of things a little bit raised up. So you've defeated a villain only to have it return even stronger than before. Stronger, needless than you have tried and failed to end this cycle. The ink is stolen, the ink is retrieved, on and on and on. It is as if you, Needless, were created for the continued movement of this cycle rather than the abolition of it entirely. As if these villains were revived by powers greater than their own. You're fighting against an unbound being that you do not understand, Needless. And there are many that will strive to keep it that way. Okay, on to Carver's Refuge. We've got a little bit of money, which we can buy an augment with. Let's have a look and check the vestiges, though. Don't really like them, so let's get ourselves... Ooh, gain a hexing aura. Enemies that start in the area are inflicted with hex. Precise is very, very cool. But the psionic sapping spirit bomb... Wait, do you get extra auras? Let's get hexing telekinesis and see if we've got extra auras. Yeah, I think we've got extra auras.
Hard to ignore that the ink's been shifting some since you've been putting down those beasts, eh, Needless? Figure it takes some doing to beat those villains, so color me impressed. You got the spunk to do it. Still, how long you gonna keep it up till you realize there ain't no permanent killing of those inking creatures? Just gonna keep coming back till the age ends and the sea takes us all again. Or till someone breaks this little stalemate we've got going. Well, not my business, not my problem. So, be buying or be moving. World might be ending, but that don't mean Quillen's lost their worth.
I like how the Carver has really come out of his shell from not talking to us at all. Let's get ourselves a binding tuner and play with the Rhinferno. Yeah, so we've got two auras. We've got the Hazard Aura and the Hexing Aura. That's kind of cool. All right, let's do an after image. And every time we do anything because of the pile of tiles, we're dealing more damage. Let's do a Spirit Bomb. That's going to hit all of them. Or we do the Psychic Pulse. Then we do the Spirit Bomb. And we grab that, which allows us to do a Psychic Pulse again, so we're at full charge for next turn. But also it makes our auras better. Charge through him. Charge through me. I think we can only ever gain one shield from it. It's kind of hard to say, but I know we are getting a shield. I just don't think it's then becoming better. Alright, at least we can get somewhere where we don't take damage. Okay, let's bring you in. We'll do an after image. We can move in a little bit closer. Then get a spirit bomb. I can grab that. And then we could do a reasonable sized jinx. Or we start building more for next turn, which is also fine. Let's hit him one more time. Hopefully that's going to put it in the right place for next turn's aura. No. No, it hasn't, but that's alright. Psychic Pulse. Is there another Bomber, or is it just that one? I think it's just that one. Let's get some blur. Big boom. Grab this. Now we'll hit him with that. And then we'll drop down and take 3 damage. So Psychic Pulse. That didn't actually pass through us. But we can definitely get it to pass through us. There we go. So phase shift is happening. We can Psychic Pulse so we're ready for next turn. Now at max power. After image. Spirit Bomb. That's getting both of them going off. Psychic Pulse. Grab this. We've definitely got enough space to move out the area. Psychic Pulse. And we'll just come up here. Okay, hitting them with Jinx isn't gonna help. Let's come on up. Do another Pulse. Do another Spirit Bomb. Grab this. We can get another Pulse for future turns. We can only really drop things down to 8. Yow. Painful turn. Probably should have put some shield on. We're going to be able to heal up at the end of this, so I'm not too worried. Get some blur. That pulse is not quite going to be in the right place. There we go. That hit properly. Grab this. We've got 9 stacks. So we can jinx him. Oh, and almost got him. Thankfully, he died from the aura. So we'll get a little bit of healing in. And, ooh. Grim Vortex feels like it's going to be amazing. It's less damage per stack of dread, but it's a huge area. Pulls all enemies towards us, and we gain 2 stacks of dread each time, so we get through it faster. This does more damage in a smaller area, but it's targetable. Yeah. And we start combat with 2 stacks of... I think I'm going to have to go for Bewitch, because we use it for single target elimination. I do want to try the other one at some point, it's just not appropriate for what we're doing right now. Oh, and reduce the will cost as well, yeah. Mighty Pulse, extra damage. Well, make Jinx cheaper for the moment. Okay, that's where we're going to have to finish this episode. Next time we'll push through the next section and hopefully all the way onto the boss. Thank you very much for coming along, everyone. I do hope you have enjoyed this. As always, if you have, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for another episode of Inkbound. See you soon.